All right, KISS Army, welcome to the KissFAQ podcast. Thank you for giving us your time today and letting us into your head. I hope we don't do any damage. This is a KISS-related podcast by the board for the board. We hope that you enjoy. Welcome to episode 93 of the KissFAQ podcast. Joining me today is Alan from Japan. Konnichiwa.
Hello. Konnichiwa.
And of course, while we're in the season of KISS Expos, those people who are fortunate enough to live in the land of the rising sun have just been treated to, was it the first ever official KISS Expo in Japan?
That is correct. They were scheduled to have one in 1995, which never happened. So it took quite a while to organize it, but it's finally here. It opened yesterday, and it was absolutely fantastic.
So how long does it run for? Was it just the one day, or is it something that's running like a display for a while?
No, actually, it's perhaps important to say it's unlike any other KISS Expo that's been set up before. So it's not organized by fans. It's organized by a very big company. And so it opened yesterday, October 13th, and it will run until October 31st, Halloween night.
And I've got to say, I'm just looking at their website, and it's primarily an exhibition, isn't it? And more of a museum.
That's right. Yes, the exhibition museum flavor is very relevant and matches what the event is like. It's there are many. I mean, it's really beautiful. The location is it's a museum. It's called La Forêt Museum in Harajuku, central Tokyo. So that just gives you already what they were aiming at. And yes, they are focusing on KISS as okay. It's gonna get people a few people on the KISS brand, maybe on the KISS legacy, on the KISS legend, and. It really has the feeling of a museum. It's really well done. It's beautiful.
So it's a real celebration of the icon that KISS has become. More transcending just the music, the makeup. It's everything that makes the band so visible worldwide.
Yes, it's also a very common. I would say a trend in the business, in the industry. They had one for another artist a few months previous. They're going to have one for David Bowie in January. I think there was a Queen one, or there's going to be a Queen one, and they also set up the same thing for manga characters and animation characters. So it's a new business for what we call a subculture, and so KISS is a big.
I think a train just went by. So what makes it particularly Japanese, would you say?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Yeah, what would you say makes this expo very Japanese versus what we see of all the other expos done around the world?
Well, judging from yesterday, the organization was perfect, which is very Japanese. Other than that, well, of course, there's been a focus on the history of KISS in Japan, and I know a thing or two about that. Yeah, of course, they want to appeal. They want to make a connection with the KISS fans in Japan. And expand beyond that, expand beyond the music, have a look at the art. There's actually a fantastic corner, I want to mention that, about the Japanese Ukiyo-e, the wood carving. Two of them are displayed. They're absolutely beautiful. So that's a really, really good connection between KISS and Japan. Is those two pieces of art. And so a lot of memorabilia related to Japan, and the organization, the merchandising, and also the fact that it's the first one in a long time that's organized jointly by KISS and Sony Communications.
So I saw a picture of you on the internet, so it must be real, holding a gold record. Tell us a little bit about getting to hold a gold record, how that came about, what it was as well.
If it's in black and white, maybe it was decades old, so I don't know.
No, it was full color, so we know it was recent.
Okay, I confess. It was the gold disc for "I Was Made for Loving You," the gold single "I Was Made for Loving You," presented to Gene Simmons, and taking at the KISS warehouse in Los Angeles, where the day before, the expo team went to Gene's house, and I was absolutely, the dream of a KISS fan. I was part of that team, and so as part of the Sony team that organized the expo, I went to Gene's house. Can't believe I'm saying this, but it's true. And so we went and pick up all the items that are displayed in the expo. So a lot of his gold awards, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame award, the special plaques that were made for KISS, the 100 million record. The casket was moved out of his office. The pinball machine was moved out of his office. The Monster book, one copy of the Monster book. So everything transited through the KISS warehouse, and then it was shipped to Japan at the end of September.
That must have been an absolutely incredible experience to...
You have no idea.
From a fan's perspective, I mean, were there some things that you saw that you're like, oh, I hope they bring that, I hope they bring that? Or, what was the context of working on the team? Were you helping them choose, or were you just there to assist in communication or moving of items or any of that? How did that work?
Well, my main task was going through all the scrapbooks. And I know. I can't believe I'm saying this, but there were over 100 scrapbooks. And we're talking about portfolio the size of tables.
Mm-hmm.
And each weighed about 10, 12 kilos. That's like 20 pounds. Covered with dust. The more dust, the better they were. So Gene agreed to for the expo to bring three scrapbooks.
Mm-hmm.
So my job was to go through all of them and select the best three. It was eye candy the whole time.
How do you choose the best three? You're allowed three.
Well,
three
yes,
only. And
that's right,
how did
that's
you
right.
choose, and what did you choose?
Okay, I picked one which had, of course, outtakes from the Japan 77 tour,
Nice.
as you do.
Yep.
As you do. I picked one with more modern stuff, which had blueprints, drafts of costumes and merchandise, which to balance with the rare. And the third one was a lot of press clippings from way back, and personal notes. There's a personal note signed by a certain Stan to Gene.
Nice.
That kind of stuff. The Visa credit card, all the cool little things. Some really cool photos taken during the shooting of a video from the Elder period. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I've vaguely heard of that.
Okay, so there were some really cool promo photos from that. Clippings from Japan, clippings from different countries. So it was extremely hard to pick only three. But it showed. The really important point was to show, and that was my pitch to the team, was we need to bring those scrapbooks to show that Gene is a fantastic collector,
Mm-hmm.
that he has stuff. The reason I pitched for that was that in the photos that were taken before going of the scrapbooks, I noticed a flyer from 1975 from Japan, which is incredibly rare. It's just absolutely impossible to find, and it was in one of the scrapbooks. I lost my mind. How does he have a promo flyer from the Victor Records from 1975 in his scrapbooks in Los Angeles? So I thought we need to showcase, we need to show what the collector that Gene is, and what the history is, and they understood that. To their credit, they said, yeah, let's bring a few. To Gene's credit, he accepted, and so it's displayed, and among other things on the at the expo.
One of the things I kind of notice is that Gene has often said that he's Kiss's biggest fan. And
Yes.
people are like, oh yeah, what, it's just Gene again talking. But
No.
It sounds like it really is.
Yes.
Gene Simmons is Kiss's biggest fan.
Exactly. Yes. Absolutely. It was incredible. Just the scrapbooks were incredible, and of course you go to his office, the museum. I mean, everyone's seen it on TV in his show. I saw a lot of your books, by the way.
Yeah, he always sends messages.
I think
send me the book.
I think I noticed the draft version of the Elder book there.
Oh God,
amongst many others. And yeah, of course, all the toys, all the merchandise from way back. He has we mentioned it on a previous show, I think, the Elder yellow bag from Japan. It's in his office, and how incredibly difficult to get is that. And of course, all the other stuff like a motorcycle, the guitars. I mean, I think everyone's seen his office, and that's just for display for the show. But I think the good stuff was in the scrapbooks.
Was Gene there with you guys when you were doing it, and was he giving kind of like a tour of his collection and talking about any of the pieces in relation to how they would work? Was he suggesting items, or was he a part of the process, or was it more you guys were just saying, well, that looks interesting? How did that kind of side of things work?
That was this. The trip in September was the fourth one, and I was only part of the fourth one. So a lot of things had been discussed, negotiated, decided months ago. Which gold record would be taken, which merchandise would be taken, and my main contribution was to take care of the selection of the scrapbooks.
Right.
So yes, to answer your question, he was there on that day, but he was recording messages and videos with the producer there, and we were looking at the merchandise. So a lot of tour books from his collection, an absolutely mint condition 1976 tour book. It's like, you have to take care of this one. This is really, really precious. And okay. Because a lot of the other people in the team are not really Kiss fans. They to them it was just packing stuff. But to me it was like, oh my God, I'm packing a gold disc and all that. So it was a great experience for me.
So one thing I did see on the website that maybe you can explain to those of us who aren't that familiar with Japan and its culture is the Ukiyo-e. Ukiyo-e. Yeah, correct my pronunciation, please. When was that artwork done? Is that going back to the 70s, or is that something current?
No, that is actually an initiative from a company in LA by a Japanese lady whom I met a couple of days ago at the expo, and her idea was to revive the ukiyo-e art, because it's a dying art, and there are not many artists left, to carve the wood, who prepare the washi, the Japanese type of paper, who color, and it's a very, very special skill. And there's much demand. So our idea was to team up with modern icons, modern figures, and so KISS was one. They have one with Iron Maiden as well, and they are. I think she said they were more coming. So it's relatively recent. I think in probably the last 3 or 4 years.
Do you think we can expect to see those prints for sale? Are they prints or are they something else?
Well, they're ukiyo-e, so they're the original carving print, wood block print, right?
Mm-hmm.
Colored wood block print. They don't come cheap. They really are a work of art. So I would say they're not going to be at Walmart for sale, if you know what.
Yeah, I would hope not. I'm just looking at that one, and I'm thinking that is KISS wall art that I could hang on my wall.
Yes,
with no shame whatsoever. Get rid of the Got Milk poster and put that up.
Right, exactly. Yes, I was really impressed as well when you look at them in close up. It's really interesting. It's an interesting idea and a very nice way of connecting KISS and Japan as well, because KISS and Japan, I mean, the history is there. The visual impact is very striking. It's always been like that. Just look at their second album and you'll understand what I mean.
Absolutely. How did the KISS casket go down?
Through the stairs. I think there were 4 or 5 people moving it from his house to through the stairs from the garage to the truck. Yeah.
Did people go near it at the expo? Did people go near it at the expo? That's one of those. That's one of those very uncomfortable things for me. That I personally don't want to step anywhere near a casket or anything like that while my brain's still switched on.
I'll give everyone a big hint. You don't want to touch it, and that's all I'm going to say. But yes, there's of course a lot of notes say please don't touch certain things, because they're really exposed like in a museum. Yeah, you don't want to go and touch the items. So say please don't touch. So the casket is standing right there, and I think it will be interesting to see the reactions. Indeed, yeah.
And one of the other pictures I've seen someone shared was a case full of demo cassettes, which just made me. Did you notice any of the sort of the titles of the contents, or I mean, obviously you wouldn't have been able to play them, but what sort of message was he trying to get across with those? Just that I've got this many songs, or
well, first of all, there is a clause that no one is to play those cassettes, so no one's going to touch. They're displayed again like relics from ancient times. What's on there? There's one labeled with Bob Dylan. There's one Mongoloid man.
Oh, yeah.
I know. And things like that. The Daisy. A lot of the demos, Bad Lovin'. I mean, I think we're familiar with some of the titles there. And I think the message again is, he was saying yesterday during the tour, so, I have 1,000 cassettes at home, and it's true. There's a wall with many cassettes. And again, I'm my number one KISS. My number one fan, and I keep everything, and also they're really old cassettes, and so he's an archivist as well. I think that's also the message.
And those cassettes you can't play; they have to be preserved before you ever try and play them. So hopefully he'll take care of them, or he's already digitized them.
Probably.
I would hope so. I always pay a studio to take care of mine.
And he's still trying, of course, to release the Monster box set. So maybe it's one way of pitching it to the organizers or to someone who's interested. I mean, Universal Japan offices are not that far, so who knows?
Yeah, and one of the things, the pre-show, that was the night before I believe the night before the expo itself, was something special with Yoshiki.
Yes. So the expo opened on the 13th for the public, for the first with the VIP experience, and then in the evening for the general attendance, and the day before for the press and for maybe Japan's #1 KISS fan, Yoshiki. Gene welcomed him and toured the expo with him for over an hour. There's also a corner called Yoshiki's. Yeah. Okay. So also here the idea is to attract to a new generation of fans, maybe Yoshiki fans, because he just keeps. I mean, he said if I hadn't been to a KISS concert, I wouldn't be here today. He keeps repeating that. He's really a huge fan, and every occasion he gets, he praises KISS and the influence it had on his life. So it was great seeing the interaction between the two. They toured for over an hour. They looked at everything. So this is the contract we signed, and this is the sword I breathe fire with, and this is this, and this is that, and Ace and Peter, and blah blah blah, and so it was great, and I think Yoshiki really enjoyed. He was really into it, totally into it.
Is Yoshiki still as popular in Japan as he was? Is he the national treasure, kind of musically?
Oh, he's more than he was. He's a superstar. Think Michael Jackson and Prince type when they were at their top.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And to get a personal tour from Gene, I mean that's just incredible. You mentioned something there, and you said Ace and Peter. How are they represented in this expo? Do you feel that there is enough of them and the other members of the band for it to be called the KISS Expo?
Ooh.
And that's obviously going to be different for every fan who's got their favorite. So,
yes,
but
yes.
just trying to take an objective view, are they there enough for you?
Honestly, I think KISS is bigger than any of them,
Mm-hmm.
and so KISS is represented. You have recent costumes, farewell costumes. Peter Criss is represented with a very iconic item. But really, it's KISS as the icons. So it's not too personal. I think the instruments. There's a large collection of guitars. There's a small stage where you can have your photo taken with instruments. It's KISS. It's not Gene Corner or Peter or Ace Corner.
No, that's good, and that's really kind of what you think of. You want to see KISS, and KISS embodies so many things.
That's right.
Without focusing on one. They had the 1976 contract, or what was the contract that they show up on the website? You just said it's the agreement KISS signed December the 10th, 1976. Yeah. What was that?
Yes.
Was that with Casablanca or just between the members?
I think it's the one between the members. It's a lot of legalese. The most interesting part are the 4 original signatures with their civilian names, I should say.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's the creation of the KISS as a partnership, as the business entity.
And another one of the pictures I have to say that stands out is Paul's.
You've seen so many pictures.
Yeah, Paul's Dynasty outfit.
Yes. Yes, beautiful.
In all its purple glory. I mean, that just shows that they still have quite a lot left even after Butterfields. You remember how they sold so much off in the early, 2000? Yeah, it was 2000, I guess.
Right.
You know, they still have an awful lot of things to share. When you were going through this, what were you watching people and their reaction to
to be honest,
things?
Everyone was glued and looking at Gene during the tour, because he was emceeing. He toured with the fan on the second day, with the VIP for about an hour. So they were looking at what he was telling them to look at, and they were trying to get close to him, and so it was really the whole thing, because it's really, really well displayed. It has a very nice feel to it, and again the location is top notch. I mean, he was speaking with a mic, and the PA all over the it was almost like a concert. The PA was fantastic. No one missed a word of what he said. The lighting, It was really it's a cool experience altogether.
Right, and one of the other things that led into this was Burn. I just want to go off on a quick tangent about the issue of Burn that came
Yes.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is
Should
it
I
is
go
it
ahead?
is it worth picking up? I guess I'm looking on eBay right now.
You want me to flip through it and you decide? Let me see if I have. Where's my copy? Oh, jeez.
Because isn't there an interview with Gene in there?
There's an interview with Jean and Paul, I believe. Yes, it's in Japanese, of course. So that's you kind of missing the nuances there if you don't read. So yeah, it's the cool thing is, first of all, the cover is gorgeous. There are 56 pages on the, which is a huge amount for a special report. When they did Kiss My Ass in '94, it was 26 pages. So they have 56 pages for this expo. Well, sort of the expo is sort of the trigger for the article. They don't talk just about that. It's about the discography, about the history, a lot of if I can find it, I can show you. But there's so many things in this room. It's shocking. Is it worth it? Do you want me to check?
No,
No?
I wasn't fishing for you to dig it up to show us. I just wanted to know how good it was because 56 pages is insane. Now they did a special reprint of Music Life.
Really?
Yeah, so I hear. Which one was that? Was that 78 or 77? And I always get these mixed up. Is that 77?
This is 77. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is absolutely gorgeous. How does that, good quality paper, no doubt, perfectly bound, and that is only available for sale at the expo, correct?
Yes, that's what I've been told. So it comes sealed, and it has a hype sticker. So it's presented as a book, so it's not a magazine. So 40 years ago, it was a special issue of a monthly magazine. Music Life was a monthly music magazine, and in May '77, they did this extra magazine. But this version, this re-edition, again, I guess in honor or to create some buzz for the expo, Shinko Music re-released this limited edition of the Music Life '77 encyclopedia.
And one of the other very interesting items is the guidebook, the program, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, I have those handy.
Because I'm actually shopping on eBay as you show us, so
Okay. Well, maybe you can send me a PM and we can think of something.
That is absolutely incredible. How many pages? Because it looks pretty thick.
Yes, it's a hardcover book.
Oh my goodness, that's a monster.
It's 94, 96 pages, all color. I may have one open. This is a sealed copy, of course. Do I have one open? I'm sorry, I lied. I don't have one open. No, I'm pretty sure I had one open somewhere. Sorry, it's a complete mess. Anyway,
it's not exactly early, is it? It's after 1 o'clock in the morning for you.
Yes, and I had a very long day. I went to work. After work, I met some fans. We played we jammed in the studio, and then we had dinner with some Facebook friends coming from San Francisco and Holland. So it's been, but I mean, it's all good. It's all for the right things. KISS Expo. Do I have? Is it this one? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna open one.
And here you are, live. That's the sound of fans screaming. You're opening it.
Okay.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
So, this is official guide with some Japanese text. This is Paul Stanley. This is an interview about the expo. It's all about the expo. There's what we were talking about.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love
so
that outfit.
it's again really like you would have at the museum or in a special exhibit. The book is about the expo, so photos of the costumes, photos of the items displayed. This is Gene in his house with the gold
Nice.
disc. Um, and so this is some of the guitars that are displayed, the bass guitars from 78. And then of course Tommy was also featured, interview with Tommy, interview with Eric, some vintage photos, not many. And so here are the cassettes, the comic book. So
Gorgeous.
so
Absolutely
yes,
gorgeous.
absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and a very cool thing. Uh, um, a thing with Kiss and Astro Boy.
I've never heard of
Co-
Astro Boy, so
collaboration. Astro Boy, it's the Japanese answer to Superman in a way, a little robot, a boy robot anime. Very, very popular. Huge.
so
Voila.
how do you think this expo is supposed to travel? I think Gene has mentioned. You know, what do you know about that? Is that the intention to put it on the road so that people in hopefully Europe as well as the United States get, and maybe Australia, get to experiences? It sounds like they might well be gearing up for another convention type run. What's your impression on that?
Yes, definitely. I've heard serious, not talks, but there's serious will to export this and to make it tour the world. But of course, they want to first see how it works in Japan. I think the success of the Japanese one will decide whether they go ahead with the other countries, because it's a huge undertaking. I mean, you would not believe the number of people, the staff at the exhibit, how many people work on the merchandising, on the display, on advertising, you know, contacting the press. It's a huge event. It's not something put together by a few people. And of course, KISS is involved, so Maggie Entertainment's involved, and the insurance, and the freight, and the memorabilia. It has to make money, of course. I don't think they're doing it to kill the time. So they will have to look at the P&L, I suppose, and see if it works and if it's worth doing.
Yeah, and that you know, just thinking of all the costs involved in that, not only insurance, but Gene was only out there for 2 days, was he, or is he out there for longer? And what was his? Do you know what his movements were?
Yeah, on the so he arrived, I believe, on the 11th, and on the 12th he had some press events, some interviews in the morning, and in the evening he had the tour with Yoshiki. Yesterday was at the expo. He worked non-stop. He arrived early. He did some photo shooting with Astro Boy and some kids around lunchtime. Then he had lunch, and then he did the tour with the fans. Took 2 hours, 2.5 hours. He was standing the whole time. He's not sitting at a table with 3 bodyguards surrounding him. He's standing the whole time, walking with everyone. He signed 3 items for each person. He talked for almost 2 hours. Not a complaint. He said to the producer, "Tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Just tell me what do you want me to sit? What do you want me to stand? Where do you want me to go? Just tell me." And so he did that for the whole afternoon. And then after that, he went to another party organized by a KISS Army Japan, which is a paid fan club, so to speak, what I would call a so-called fan club. It's not run by fans. It's run by a company who gets some subscription from fans. So anyway, he was there in the evening, again, standing up, greeting fans, talking. So the whole day, he was, greeting people. Jin, this is so and so who helped with. Konnichiwa, and photograph. Jin, this is the person who did. He must have met 1,000 people yesterday, and always welcoming, always professional, always incredible. I was really impressed. He's 67 years old, right?
Yeah.
No, he was ready. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And he was I was really, really impressed with that. Just watching that was incredible.
You know, what you've said to me just makes me want to say to the critics of Gene, silence. Because
Yes.
listen to how he's interacting with people and the amount of time and effort that he's giving and
Yes.
the amount of passion. And that's just
Yes.
coming through here. You know, that again, I said it earlier that he's Kiss's biggest fan, but it really comes through that he gets pleasure out of doing this and just loves doing it and
Yes.
will do it until, you know, as long as he can. And that's just so wonderful to hear. You know,
Yes.
rather than people complaining about what he didn't do, you hear from you about everything that he is doing for people.
Yes. Yes. And I know what the critic will come back with. Yeah, but it was a VIP, so they paid a lot of money. So he was no. He was polite. He was courteous, respectful with the staff who worked there. At the end, so when everyone left again around 5:30, all the fans left, the VIP left. The person, Gene, we have to thank the staff for staying. Oh, okay. So he got, so minasan, everyone, the staff, thank you very much for working today. Gene, oh, arigatou gozaimasu. Oh, arigatou gozaimasu. You don't have to do that, but he does it. And again, Gene, this is the guy who put flowers at the entrance. Oh, okay. Oh, Gene, could you sign this? This is for the person who. Okay. So he did it for everyone. He was 100% available yesterday, and again, that was one part. And then the evening again, he went to fan club for again another couple hours. So he had a full day yesterday.
Now, I don't want to go into too much detail into everything because there's so much to share on these things that more is going to come out over the next couple of weeks. But
Yep.
I do have to ask you about your book, Kiss in Japan.
Yes, please.
Do you, did he
What?
sign a copy for you by chance?
Yes, he did.
And did he give you any feedback, or did I remember? I just want to talk about me for 1 second before
Yep.
you give your answer. That one of my early copies of the Kiss album Focus, I took with me to, I think it was Concord, and had him signed. He said, "Oh, I have this." You know, I said, "Oh, I wrote it." He did. And he just said, "Oh, did you?" And then signed it for me, which is one of the most awesome kind of interactions. So, you just tell us quickly about him signing your book for you.
Yes. So I was in the VIP group as well, and I take my book out. So here's I don't have a copy, but anyway, I take my book out, and he looks at it. He said, "Oh, I have one at home," and I said, "Yes, I know. I sent it to you a few months ago." So I said, "Could you sign to Alain?" So he said to Alain, and he signed it. Yes, so I was. It was a great moment, indeed. And as I said, it's in his museum. It's featured in the 3D panel that's there. You can see my little book there on the shelf. That was great.
Yeah, that must have made you feel really good when you went to Gene's shrine, and
Yes.
and that you are now a part of it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
You've been collected by Gene Simmons, which is absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. And I have an anecdote if you don't mind me sharing. So I'm in the office, and the producer says, "Oh, so this is Alain. You know, he learned Japanese with the Music Life magazine that was produced." And he goes, "Oh, really?" And he says, "Come with me." So I follow him, and he shows me the Music Life magazine in his display. And I said, yes, I know, it's great. And I pointed, and this is my book. This is the book I wrote. Thank you so much for putting it here. So it was, woo, being in Gene's house next to Gene telling me, "Yo, look, this is a Music Life magazine." He said, yes, I know. Oh, this is the book I wrote. It was a great moment.
Yeah, that's one of those life memories that you can always savor.
Yes.
Now, before we wrap up, they're selling some reproduction posters, I believe, for the I think street punk and the wild honey shows.
Want to see them?
So those are actually up on eBay already. So
Jesus. Yeah, there they are.
nice. Any other collectibles that they've got for sale from this expo?
Collective. Oh, there's this really cool calendar where you peel off Gene's tongue every day. And actually, I was the person in charge of writing the trivia for. They asked me to write about 100, so I wrote 160, as you do. Because while you're at it, why not? So some really cool trivia every day. Every other day or every 3 days. You build Gene's tongue, and you'll see some KISS April 1st KISS played at the Budokan. So it has English and Japanese. So that's my modest contribution to the expo merchandising. Another one very cool. An idea. At least I was in the brainstorming session, and I may have come up with the idea, or maybe not. I don't remember, but I suggested that they make a T-shirt with the Budokan ticket.
Oh, I like that.
And they went a bit overboard, and they put ticket and backstage passes all over the T-shirt. I wanted something a bit more sober, but it looks really cool. And so that's really Japan related. Do you want me to do a bit of a merchandising corner?
Oh yeah, if you don't mind. It's all how you feel, because I don't want to keep you up too late or early.
No, it's all right. I'm on a roll. This is a KISS towel with a KISS logo. It's always cool. Why not? So we looked at the program. This is the toilet paper dispenser. The toilet paper comes out of the mouth. Yoshiki was very impressed with that one, I can tell you. This is a tote bag. KISS Expo.
Excellent.
What else have I got here? Oh, this is another T-shirt expo. This is a cool T-shirt that Yoshiki was wearing. It's Paul's paintings in the T-shirt.
Oh, fantastic!
So that's pretty cool. What else? The T-shirt, the bag, the towel. There's a key holder. There's a mug cup as well, but I think I've already used them because I'm a KISS fan. Oh, chocolates. with a Halloween theme, you can see.
All right, the pumpkins. Yep.
Yeah, because it's gonna be Halloween night when they're closing, and I believe there is a tribute band concert scheduled that evening.
Yeah, and just looking through some of these, I mean, I see the towel, I see keychains,
yep,
boot necklaces, Paul's boots.
Yes, that's from Swarovski, the crystal. So that's jewelry. That's pretty cool for maybe different kind of audience.
That calendar, $118. Wow.
$118
on eBay. So, wow.
PM me, and it'll be cheaper maybe.
So there's a lot of stuff, and I've just seen what I'm definitely going to buy is a coffee mug with Gene's Ukiyo-e.
No,
image.
that's not. No, that's a sake cup.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. The
Ukiyo, it doesn't have a handle, of course.
No, kabuki is a sake, is a cup for sake or another beverage. The coffee mug is black and has the KISS Expo logo.
So there is a whole lot of stuff that's going to be hitting eBay for people to check out from this. And I have to say that it looks like a lot of interest. I usually criticize the merchandise, but this stuff looks fun. So that's nice for me.
It looks fun and it's top quality. So again, it's Sony is a big company. They pay attention to detail. They put a lot of care into the packaging. The brochure is a fantastic book. I haven't tasted the chocolate, but I will soon. And so very cool and original merchandising, I think.
Awesome. And I think I just saw you with a flyer in your hand. So.
Oh yeah, really? Oh yes. I was because I thought there would be some more merch in there, but it's not that much behind in the back. So yeah, that's one of the flyer.
And those are up on eBay as well now. So, for the fans who aren't able to get to Japan, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you guys to get some of the stuff that Alain's been showing you. Sorry, you just broke up there. So can you say again, please?
I say buy from reliable sellers.
or trade with reliable traders. So, okay. Anything you want to add as we wrap up here? Because it's going late, and I do want to let you go. Obviously, there'll be opportunities, I guess, for you to share a lot more when as time goes by with people on Facebook. But any last thoughts on this whole experience for you?
Well, I've been a fan for 36, 37 years, and yesterday was my first meet and greet experience with Gene, with the photo and the autograph. So I was on cloud 9 the whole day. I was again very fortunate to be part of helping the team. I mean, I didn't do very much. I was sort of they called me the KISS walking and the team. Consulting and helping them. Oh, this is 77. This is good. This is rare. This is not rare. But it's a huge business. It's an incredible undertaking to put this together. And yesterday was a huge success. So I think they're very pleased with how it turned out. And so the rest of the days we'll see how the public, how the audience responds. And if it's a success, and then I really hope it is, maybe they will tour the world, and one will come near you, and you don't want to miss it. It's like a 6-year-old of Disneyland. If you're a KISS fan, you're surrounded with Gene's gold disc. You see old costumes, you see old memorabilia. And KISS music, and they'll stage, and you can take an instrument and have your photo, and you have some cool merchandise. What else do you need? It's ridiculous. That's what they want to display this, to have a great experience for fans and people who don't know KISS to know more about KISS, perhaps.
Well, Alain, it sounds absolutely magical, and for people like me who missed the 1995 conventions for living in the wrong country, I guess I'm very hopeful that maybe I and many other fans will get to experience what you did. Though obviously you're going to have some very special memories from this whole experience. So I'm very happy for you that you've had those experiences, and thank you very much for sharing with us. All of these things that we have covered today, and we've not covered everything, but thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you,
I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure talking to you.
Domo arigato. Thank you for spending time listening to the KissFAQ podcast today. All sales are final. There are no refunds. If you'd like, look us up on Facebook or come over to the KissFAQ message board and discuss the topic we broadcast today. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes, Spreaker, or wherever you've listened to the show. We hope you'll join us again.